Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's dub Rant. Right, this time I'll go through editing in this fine anime of ours. Or not so fine anime in this case. Sorry about that. But yeah, this atrocious behaviour, this atrocious, appalling excuse for an anime. Okay, I'll stop bashing it now and get on with it. Anyway, the editing in this was literally one of the worst I've seen ever in an anime. I mean, okay, this comes close to the normal Yu-Gi-Oh's one, with, as LK points out, some of the most obvious editing ever, like, don't shoot or we'll don't move or we'll shoot you with our invisible guns. Quite clearly, that is probably one of my favourite ones, and I'm sorry I messed that up to begin with. But anyway, going on with, let's start with some of the most basic editing, for example. As you probably see in the first episode, you've got them doing the whole, this is the entrance of the Dual King, Jack Atlas kind of thing. I don't know the rest of it, sorry, I don't know the dialogue from the original Japanese. Anyway, the point being that you see the whole Dual King thing planted across the screen during the stadium. There's writing. Writing in English too. Oh my god. Or in some cases, there's writing in Japanese. Oh my god. Since I come from Japan. Shock horror. That is weird writing. Because obviously in the 5D dub, the 4Kids version, all the writing is taken out. Yes, including all the ones in the stadium in episode 1. Even the little defeat sign on Yusho's bike when he loses is now replaced with an X. And some of the other stuff, what other stuff was edited which you can read, which was readable in the original? Well, there was quite a lot of other readable stuff there which was taken out. And who and why do they do this? Well, why don't we ask the president of 4Kids himself? Yes, it's Alfred Kahn. Or me, doing a very shitty impersonation of him. Well, you see, kids today, can't read. Yeah, like that. Okay, Mr. Kahn, explain this to me. If kids can't read, why are they playing the game in the first place? Oh my god, you got me there. Yeah, I bet I did, you stupid idiot. Anyway, yes, Alfred Kahn bashing people. Right here on my channel. And if you ban me, you arseholes, I'm gonna kill you. Not really, but you get the idea. I'm gonna get really ticked. The point being, Mr. Kahn, if kids can't read, they can't play the card game. So, why edit out all the stuff that was readable in this anime? I mean, it's not like the first case ever as well. It was in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! As well, when, like, for example, when John Ochi, or Joey, is on the hospital bed after losing to Marek, and Yugi walks out of the room he's in. On the door, in the Japanese version, it says, emergency room, in English. In the 4Kids dub, that's taken out. Why? It's basic wording, 4Kids. It's not difficult. You don't need to edit it out. The other things that which were edited out were blood. Oh no, another thing you'll quite clearly edit out is blood. When Jack loses in episode 26, when he crashes, there's blood trickling down his face. But in the 4Kids dub, oh look at that, he's not bleeding whatsoever. Yeah, well done again there, 4Kids. And also, we actually see some really badly editing work on it as well. Like in the opening there, very cheesy hyperdrive theme tune plays, and I don't care what people say, that was not as good as the Japanese original theme. I'm sorry, that theme sounds like a really cheesy love ballad, and 5D isn't anything like that for a start, so that makes no sense, it doesn't fit the anime. If I would say it fitted any anime, it would be Sonic Out, but that's probably just me. Anyway, moving on, you get that whole hyperdrive thing, and you see where Jack turns around, and now in the Japanese opening, he turns around, he spins around on the spot, and his helmet comes on, and he's in his D-World, there's red demons dragging next to him. Now, they obviously didn't do all that in the opening.
you see him turn around and everything. But before they cut him out to do the next bit, you can quite clearly see the outline of his helmet coming on. Very nice editing, 4Kids. You can't even do something as basic as that. Also, one other person on here noticed, although this is a very split-second thing, you can see it if you look very carefully. I even did it. In episode 16, I think, episode 16, which is Aki's first duel against Jill de Lancebowen, or Sir Ramsborg, as he's called in the dub. Aki's cleavage is, at first, the first time you see it, after she's played Fake Seed or Seed Deception, at one point you can actually see it hasn't been edited, and then at a split second later, it shrunk dramatically, and you're like, oh yeah, that's clever. Again, poor editing by 4Kids, not a good excuse for anything, to be perfectly honest. That was, frankly, the most terrible editing I've ever seen in my life. And I've watched quite a few animes, but none were as bad as that, although I must admit, probably the invisible guns come pretty close. Bang, bang! But I really couldn't see the whole purpose of doing that. It was pointless, to be brutally honest. And there are some other edits, but you'll probably have to see it for yourself. But this is the one thing I really wanted to rant on about. This thing annoys the hell out of me. Why did they get that stupid explanation thing to come up during the episodes? You know what I mean? When, for example, in episode 1, when we have Montage Dragon comes up, and you see Yushio discard to make Montage Dragon, and it suddenly appears on the screen, and it goes, "Raw! Look at Montage Dragon" on the screen, and then suddenly it pops up. This card pops up, and this really computerized, cheesy, womany voice goes, "Montage Dragon is a monster, which is blah blah blah," and it explains the effect to you. Now, this would be okay if you are new to the whole thing, but to be perfectly honest, it's pretty stupid as well, because it sort of cuts out all the action. "Ha! You're about to lose! Montage Dragon does this and that. Yes, we know what the card does. We played the damn card game, or we've watched it already in the Japanese version. Stop telling us what this card does!" But the best one, I think, was when Himuro plays Cost Down in the episode against the old man, and then it suddenly pops up going, "Cost Down reduces the level of all monsters in your hand by 2 until the end of this turn, by discarding 1 card," or something like that. And it technically explains what Cost Down does. Now, anyone who's watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Originally, from the original Duel Monsters, would know, because Kaiba uses it an awful bloody lot. So you should already know what Cost Down does. Same goes for Call of the Haunted, when you say use that against the security guard, the prison warden in episode 10. We already know what Call of the Haunted does. We already know what Cost Down does. We're not freaking idiots, 4Kids. Ugh. Plus, it also ruins the whole action of the duel. At one point, they're motoring along, it's, ooh, tension's rising, and then suddenly, this silly card explanation comes up going, "And now this card does this, that, and the other." And some of the card explanations are just rubbish. They come along and they go along. Like when Jack summons Red Demon's Dragon in episode, I think it's 4 or something, it suddenly pops up and goes, "Red Demon's Dragon is a level 8 synchro monster. Dark Attribute Synchro Monster." I can't do this, sorry, I'm really apologise. "Is a level 8 Dark Attribute Synchro Monster, which has 3000 attack and 2500 defense. We already see that from your damn card, 4Kids. We're not bloody stupid. Same goes for Stardust Dragon. It's a level 8 Wind Attribute, level 8 Synchro Monster with 2500 attack, 2000 defense. We know! We can read that already! We're not effing stupid! I mean, you don't even explain the effects of the card. I thought that was the whole purpose of it. And you don't even do it, for God's sake. Until someone tells you in the episode. Duh! Seriously, what were you on at this point? Just forget it. I'm so fed up already, but I've got to do another part now for voice acting, so stay tuned for some really weird impersonations. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a nice day.